Has anyone watched the show called At Midnight?
No,
that's from the Nerdist, isn't it?
That's another thing. I have nothing against Chris Hardwick. Nice guy. He is hosting a lot of shows. Why is he hosting that many shows?
I don't understand. How old is he?
Hey, I'm good. 40.
Good for him.
He looks 22.
Yeah, he looks great. Hey, and great guy, super great guy. But man, when I heard he hosted that, it was like, how many shows is he hosting?
I didn't.
Oh my god!
I just only started listening to like Nerdist because I'm like,
Jonathan loves that.
I need like a podcast. Hey, for the guests that they get, it's a great podcast. Yeah, I still have that background there. Tom Hanks.
They got Tom Hanks.
Yeah. They got Harrison Ford.
Whoa!
I just listened.
Why don't we have these people?
Have a better show. I don't know what to tell you.
Because I listened to.
I don't know. I'm bringing it every week.
Yeah, I think in order to get those people, you have to pander slightly. And
I listened to it when they had Josh Homme on.
Did you listen? How good was that one?
That was a really good one.
Yeah, it was awesome because they're just like, so you want to talk about the album? He went, no, I've been talking the album a lot. Talk about anything else. I like what we're talking about now. And he just, was just shooting the shit for an hour. The one with Nick Kroll was really good.
I listened to. They had Penn Jillette on. Yeah. They had. They had the creator Ren and Stimpy on. That was interesting.
That's like one of the next ones I'm listening to.
Oh, yeah.
It's great. He gets a lot of really cool industry people too. Like he had Mel Brooks. He had Joan Rivers.
Oh wow!
Like, a lot of really cool comedians.
I'm so tired of hearing her and Howard Stern that I just don't like her anymore. Like I hear her all the time on Stern.
But it's I don't really listen to a lot of podcasts until recently. I listen to that, and I listened to...
Listen to this one?
Fuck no.
I'm just joking.
I have to produce this one. I don't listen to this one.
Oh, shit.
Mark Maron's podcast. I really like Mark Maron a lot. I identify with that guy a little bit too much to where it's like, this is what I'm going to be when I'm old. Shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I really like him, though. It's the What the Fuck podcast.
Dave Grohl, it's cool. I love Dave Grohl.
Yep.
Oh, but regarding that midnight show, I'm kind of over shows that are regurgitated internet shit.
You know,
is that what it is?
No offense to him. I like him, but I don't.
I like him, and you know what? I see when I watch Stucco Report, I see like him promoting the show, and it's funny because they have like little highlights from the show before, and it's like, oh, okay, I got enough. That's kind of how I feel about it. Like that little preview is all I really needed.
And you know what? I bet it does pretty decent. I bet a lot of people probably watch it.
I don't think it's the show at all, though.
I don't have television. I don't have cable. I don't have basic cable. I don't have any TV.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, you don't need it.
And that, there's, for me, something they've never done before is there is an anime series by the creator of Cowboy Bebop that just came out, Space Dandy.
Oh, Space Dandy. Justin's been going nuts about that.
Yeah, and for the first time ever, it is airing at the same time there in Japanese and here in dubbed full English.
That's awesome.
That's really
and
cool.
on Adult Swim, and I was like, damn, I want to check that out. I have no cable or TV or anything.
Hey, we were talking about this earlier, but the WWE Network got announced, and
that's
going to be that $10 a month. You get all the pay-per-views, like live pay-per-views. Awesome. You get all the past pay-per-views. I think you get like Raw and SmackDown from like the last year. I think that's what they said at the press conference, and it's only $10. You get all like these documentaries and like original programming. And Rocco was saying like, "Hey, Rocco's not even like a wrestling fan or anything, but he said that's awesome. More things should do that." He just said,
I want that to thrive.
Yeah,
just so more stuff does that.
All entertainment should have that. I want to pay $10 a month for HBO Go.
Yep.
I want my stuff a la carte. Because I will pay. As it stands, I'm not paying for any TV content because that whole setup doesn't appeal to me. I want to watch a couple things. But I would pay for HBO I'm honestly like, I've never been into wrestling, but that's tempting. Just
$10.
for $10 a month, I can watch everything that everyone's told me about.
It's so much fun to watch.
Yeah, like that's really.
And
really
we
cool.
get to watch. You can watch all the live pay-per-views.
That's crazy.
If you bought all the pay-per-views individually, it's like over $600.
Yep.
But now because it's $10 a month and you get all those pay-per-views with it, it's only $120.
Yeah.
Like, sign me the fuck up.
Yeah,
I kept getting texts today from Brian going, "When does it go live? I want it now. I want it today. Is it going to be tomorrow?" No, it's the end of February. Sorry,
Not
Brian.
too far away.
No, but we get to see WrestleMania.
They're
awesome.
They're allowing Benoit on the new network, if I remember correctly.
Yes, they are.
Because I know they don't talk about him or
They
show
do
him
not
ever.
at all. They sent out I think they sent out like a press release or like a memo kind of thing that was like, "Hey guys, just so you know, we're kind of like, he was a part of this company and what he did was fucking terrible."
Yeah, like the worst.
Like awful. But at the same time, he was such a big part of the company for a decade that if you take him out,
you lose
giant storylines and everything, and they have so much footage of him and everything. It's like, hey, I don't think you're going to see a Chris Benoit documentary special. I don't think you're going to see. I don't think you're going to see a ton of.
Did he lose or what?
I don't think you're going to see like a ton of crazy like Chris Benoit stuff, but you're going to see pay-per-views and main events. Hey, Royce, you're going to get banned from Twitter again tonight if you don't slow down. I'm just letting you know.
Oh my God! So many pictures already.
Every time we have a podcast, Royce screen caps everything, which I love.
I love it.
But then Twitter shuts him down.
Hey, editing the podcast, I love it.
People are talking though about but there's a 6-month commitment on the WWE thing.
That's only because it's right around when WrestleMania comes out. They don't want you paying $10 getting WrestleMania and canceling.
Yeah. Well, plus $60 is the price of a video game.
What you're gonna do is you're gonna get it for 6 months, and then it's gonna end, and you're gonna go, oh shit, I wanted to watch Smack. Well, fuck, I guess I'll just get it.
Yeah, there's no problem spending $60, which is the price of one pay-per-view. That's not a big deal. No. I don't think.
No.
I know we're maybe a different financial state than I was when I was 18.
I can make
but you can find $60,
and $60 is
which I hope you do tonight. Back Friday, come on, buy our Blu-ray.
But I was also gonna say too, above all else, it's an experiment. They want to make this work, so yeah, they're kind of demanding up front right now. But it's like, for $60, you're gonna have 6 months of fun with that thing. So just do it.
Really crazy too is that if they went through a cable provider, they'd have to split profits with other people.
Yeah,
they own all the tapes.
Everything.
Yep.
They own all the likenesses and everything.
Yeah,
they own everything. That is millions in their pocket.
You know what's crazy? I never thought about that because pay-per-view, they don't get all the money.
No,
they will now.
Not at all. Yes, they will.
So they're not doing pay-per-views ever again, though.
No, but that's the thing, is that you can still get pay-per-views through your TV, through your cable provider. You still have to watch Raw on USA and SmackDown on Sci-Fi, but they'll be up, I think, probably a week later or something. So you can watch, old episodes, because they still have cable ties. So, I don't know. I think it's really cool, and they're going to make a fucking killing. They announced it, and me and Brian were hanging out. Watched the announcement right before we went to dinner, and Brian was sitting there watching it going, I should have just bought their stock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that's true.
Even me and Rocco were like, hey, that kind of
Even me, I was like,
for $10?
$10?
Hey, I'll be honest. I told Brian, I'm like, hey, I'm going to get it no matter what. It's $10. You can use I'll give you my login. Don't worry about it. And he looked at me and went, it's $10. I'll just buy it.
Yeah.
And it's like, shit, man.
And that's what I was saying to them. Right now, honestly, I use my dad's HBO Go account, whatever, because he has cable and he's not going to use the app. If it was just $10 a month, I'd just pay the $10 and not worry about it.
Yeah. And I think that works for premium channels like HBO and what this is going to be and stuff. I would do the same thing for MLB, although I'm sure it'd be a lot more expensive.
But there's other cable channels though that it's funny, right from your gut you'd go, I don't know if I get that. But then when you realize what they can do with an app versus their channel, for example, I know another channel that is doing an app is FX. They are doing one, and so you'd be thinking well, if that was a payment thing, would you pay for FX?
Yeah,
I don't think I would. Well, they've announced that FX's app, FX got the rights to air Simpsons reruns.
Oh!
And they have officially announced that their app will have all seasons of The Simpsons on it.
Oh, no way.
So now that's a lot more appealing, isn't it?
Yeah, but
it's not just what they're airing, Yeah.
I wonder what the price of that would be. Because, see, $10 for what you're describing to me is this is like Netflix for wrestling.
Yep, that's 100% what it is.
So to me, it's that's worth it plus live events. $10 is a lot, but whatever. $10 for HBO Go, that's about that a month for cable anyway, so might as well, that's fine. But if it was FX or Comedy Central, I wouldn't be comfortable spending $10 is a little too much, I think.
Yeah. It just depends on what they offer, though.
True. But I mean, at some point, I'm gonna have too much content.
I think that will happen. I think you will get too much content, but you have to be, because I was thinking what else could they do that I would actually buy? And my first thought was, if Cartoon Network had a channel and had all past broadcast stuff, all I would watch is I would essentially use it for Boomerang. I would watch old Hanna-Barbera cartoons, old Bugs Bunny and all that stuff too, all that Warner Brothers. Merry Melodies and all that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I would, if that was $10 a month just to watch that, that would be great.
Hey.
I don't like physically putting in a DVD or a Blu-ray.
It's
so
we went over this with
you
the
know
kids
what's
in the
weird?
hall. Yeah,
I
it's
like
so
that.
appealing.
I
Yeah.
like that with movies. For some reason, I
Really?
don't mind doing that. With TV shows, I don't like doing
Yeah.
that anymore.
Yeah, but we were talking about that
Because they just took off all the Kids in the Hall off Netflix, and we're like,
Ooh.
well, we already have the DVDs, but now it's like I gotta go pop in.
It's so
Yep.
funny how lazy we are now. We're
Yep.
so spoiled.
Yep.
Yeah.
my receiver, like my stereo, is from like the late 70s, and it's all analog. Have to flip a switch to turn it on, and I have to like let it like warm up
Yeah.
before I can like really use it.
That was
my
mine
turntable has to
recently.
warm up, and hey, that sucks. But at the same time, it's like I know I'm getting like a quality here.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess a give and take. 'Cause
My dad-
I'm okay with it doing there.
My dad's CD player just broke, which
no.
wouldn't be a news story, but he's had that CD player since CD players came out. Like
Oh my
Oh my
god.
this was the first CD player with the 5-disc interchangeable thing. I think he got it in like 80.
Wow.
Six.
Jesus Christ.
And then my dad would come to me, he's like, "It broke, Sean. It finally broke."
Yeah,
I
how's,
don't
he,
know.
how's he gonna replace it?
Who knows? My
Mine
dad
never
still
been
uses
6.
mini discs.
Holy Christ. Sean.
Because my dad, I remember him showing me this and said, "This is the future. This is like what's
That's-
and
next."
hey, it was for about a year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is what's next. And he invested. He had the deck. He had the little portable player.
That's
all
rough.
the mini discs,
Whoa,
everything.
really?
And
But
then MP3 came out, and that was
But
it.
hey, to audiophiles, that's still like that format did like higher bit rates
Oh.
than anything.
Oh, yeah.
MP3 never touched
Sounds
the
great.
sound quality.
Sounds
yeah,
great.
so that's still.
But I
was
remember
crazy.
vividly buying your old iPod
Yeah.
and then putting it down on the table, and my dad like couldn't believe what he was looking at.
It blew his mind.
That's awesome.
And he's like, and that was like a 5 gig at the time, whatever. But I
Yeah.
told him like, these are all the albums I have on here at any second.
Yeah.
He couldn't believe it.
Did you hear about PlayStation Now or
Yes.
whatever?
So that's the other thing, yeah, that got announced. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
People were playing Last of Us and then stopping and resuming it on the Vita. And then so that's what they're working on at first is PS4 and Vita for it to work on, but then it will be tablets and PCs and phones. And you'll just have to pair, and I love that I love that they stuck to their guns. They said you will not do touch controls at any
Thank
point.
you.
You have to have a DualShock 3 controller.
That's cool.
But all you have to do is pair it to the thing, and wherever you are, that's your TV. And that's it, and you can continue. But I love, obviously, I mean, the thing I would use it most on is the stuff I already have. But I like the idea that these people buying new Sony TVs from here on out, that software will be built in.
Yeah.
Hey, without even a console, just sign
Yeah.
in and, Last of Us.
That is something that would make me buy a Sony TV
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
brand.
Yeah.
Because it has a built-in thing that I know that I'm going to use.
Yeah.
It's not like YouTube where it's like, oh, you can watch YouTube on your TV. It's like I have so many other things that can do YouTube. That's
Yeah.
fine. But
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
if I have that ability to stream and just have the controller
Yeah.
and it's like it's all just right there.
They want to put that on every box, just like Netflix, just like whatever. Why not? I mean, why not? All you need is something to stream the video.
Yeah.
And that what I'm curious about is how that works once it's in the home. They said it worked flawlessly at the show.
In a controlled setting.
yeah,
Exactly.
but what they're saying, and I love that they're being forthcoming out the gate. They're saying you really want 5 megabit download speeds minimum. Like that's the
I'm not getting it.
recommendation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Whoops. But that's the recommendation. They said that is what we have running at the show to make it run optimally.
Okay.
They said that's not a floor. Like if you have less than that, it's not like it's not going to work. But then you're starting to get into maybe sometimes it does, sometimes it does, whatever. But we're telling everybody 5 megs.
And again,
That's good.
I think that's just because when you think of new technology and the way it comes out,
Yeah.
it's always clunky. It's like first year, it's
Yeah.
first generation, or it's first
Yeah.
kind of run through. I mean, look at like the first iPod or the first iPhone.
Yeah.
I just look at that stuff and go, a year later, it's a device that does everything twice as well at half the size.
Yeah. Hey, we're gonna have nothing to talk about on Sunday.
I
So
don't
keep
care.
that.
No way. I don't give a shit.
All right. I don't care either.
I'm over there. I don't. It's up to
Any
you
videos
guys.
come out?